walks among you.
Greetings, YouTube. I'm here today to introduce a new segment that I like to call Story Time, and this segment basically is just going to be me giving you guys insights into the life of Deathz legend, and maybe I'd also probably put like channel announcements and even like PSAs onto onto this segment or whatnot. But for this story time, it's just going to be like an introduction to me, like just like a general thing, I guess. Yeah, I actually even have a few topics on just pulled up on my phone, like good introduction topics to talk about that I'm just gonna try and answer throughout this short video. But let's start with the basics before I get into that. My gamer tag, of course, is Deathz Legend. My Smurf account is Deathz Immortal, and my battle tag is AngelicDeath. So a lot of death in all of those names. But anyway, in Overwatch, Season 8, which was the previous season to this season I'm recording this video, I actually was #1 Overbuff Reaper for a time. I finished at #3, so I didn't stay #1, but I was #1 for a good while there, and I'm typically always around like high master, low GM. In fact, right now I'm actually even top 500 at the moment, which is the first time I've ever been in that. But yeah, let's just jump into some of the general topics that I got pulled up on my phone. The first topic would be, I guess, some of my gaming history as a gamer, and I actually started gaming with I had a friend back in like the 2nd grade, which is a long time ago, who I went to his house and actually started playing games at his house. The first game I ever played was at this friend's house, and it was the first ever Halo game, which I became a huge fan of that series, by the way, after that. But the first console I actually got was a GameCube, and I still have my GameCube, and it's in really good condition too. I still have a lot of the games and stuff, and every now and again I'll go back and play some of those really classic vintage games. Probably my favorite series on that console was Super Smash Bros. The only thing that even gets me to get the new consoles for Nintendo is the Super Smash Bros. And in fact, they just announced this new Super Smash Bros. Coming out for the Switch, so that might actually make me want to get the Switch just for that. That's how much I love. Super Smash Bros. But my first major series that I really loved, though, would have definitely been Halo. Soon after I got the GameCube, I ended up getting the Xbox 360, and one of the first games I got was Halo, and that was the game that really got me into shooters. I've played every Halos, every single one. I own every single one, and even though the Halo series hasn't been great as of late, I'm still pretty loyal to it. Even if they released Halo 6, I'm probably going to end up getting it, despite me not being a huge fan of Halo 5, and I even hated Halo 4 even more. But in fact, actually my favorite Halo game was Halo Reach, which is probably an unpopular opinion, but maybe someday I'll go more into that. But yeah, that's kind of a brief insight into my gaming history and whatnot. But if you guys haven't already heard, I am a college student, and by the way, we're jumping right into the next topic, but I am a college student studying tourism, hospitality, and event management, which basically I want to get in the lodging industry and hopefully work my way up to like a GM of some hotel resort if I'm lucky, but probably won't be a resort, but really any kind of like hotel, motel, or whatnot. And eventually I hope to make enough to where I can actually buy like a motel or hotel, depending on what kind of cash flow I got coming in that way down the line future. But that's kind of some of my plans going out of college. And let's see, I got a few passions, which is the next topic. Actually, I actually work a little as like kind of a amateur DJ, where I even create my own mixes, which is like I like to create a lot of transition mixes, which is what I call it, but it's basically taking like a playlist of songs, put them all together, and then making your own like transitions in between, so each song jumps into the next song without it actually like changing songs. It's pretty unique thing, I guess, to do. But I self-taught myself to do all that stuff. I use a program called Acid Pro 7, and I self-taught myself to do that for like 7 years before I even got remotely good at it. But yeah, I have another kind of secret passion that I don't really want to divulge at this current moment, but I might get into later down the line. But I also play a lot of basketball, and I don't play it as much lately because of college and working and whatnot. But it's my favorite sport to play and watch. But even though I don't really watch sports that much, but if I did, it would probably be a basketball game. But I also really enjoy the family vacations that me and my family go on. I'm pretty close with my family, and we go on a lot of camping trips to like pretty cool places like Monroe, and my favorite would probably be Dale Hollow, where we actually it's not technically camping when we go to Dale Hollow because we get like a cabin and whatnot, but the lake there is beautiful. We visit like waterfalls. I do a lot of things down there, like wakeboard, water ski, slalom, which is skiing with one water ski. So we do a lot of that kind of stuff. And speaking of which, I also am a certified scuba diver. That whenever we can go on one of those bigger vacations and go down to the Caribbean, I'm definitely down to scuba dive. And the coolest scuba dive I actually went down to was I can't remember where it was, but there was like this sunken ship that you could like swim right through, because like half of it was underwater, half of it wasn't, or well, no, like all of it was underwater, but half of it was like in the sand, all like in the water. And there's like there's holes all over it, so you can swim right through. And you could even see like there was a bunch of doorways that were open down below that you could, if you use like a flashlight, you could shine it down and see really deep into the part that was below the sand and whatnot, which was really cool. It was a great experience. But I'm also a huge movie fan. I keep up with all the latest movie news. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Collider Movie News, where I watch them regularly to keep up with all the movie news. But I'm a huge movie buff. My favorite movies being things like Star Wars and the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I've always been a huge superhero fan, even before it became huge. But yeah, I'm kind of a big nerd, I guess. But also, I guess with my let's see here. Or yeah, let's go right into the next topic, which is just, I guess, some of my current plans with my channel, which I basically want to try and upload at least 2 videos a day from now on. And probably I might even get more a day here and there, but with work and whatnot, it's hard for me to get more than that. Which, speaking of which, I've been working a lot this semester, because for my major we're required to build up so much work hours and whatnot, so it makes it kind of tough and whatnot to upload more than 2 a day, and put in like massive amount of like editing in it, which is why I choose the style that I choose with these videos. But in the future, if maybe I get bigger and move out of college, or get done with college, I can move into Twitch, because right now the setting isn't very good, and I don't really have the right equipment to run a Twitch, much less the consecutive time that it would take to stream on Twitch and whatnot. But if I ever get a following, I might do that in the future. And I guess if I could ever get to a point where I could focus more on YouTube videos, I would probably be able to try and put more editing into them. Just right now, I can't really do it as easily. But anyway, yeah, I guess that does it for this quick little introduction to Deathz Legend, which is me, obviously. But if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I don't usually say that right after my video. I usually just tag that right in the end with like an outro clip, mainly because people, they just, whenever you say like and subscribe, they just like shut down their brains. So like, what did he just say? But anyway, I don't know. I just might as well put it in this video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good rest of your day.